Knock knock, it's the Karens. You know what they're after? They're after the manager. Even though this is your house and there technically is no manager, they still want the manager. Welcome to Completely Stupid, the show about stupid people doing completely stupid things. Let's get into the clips. Just prior to this clip, apparently this Walmart worker potentially assaulted this customer here by maybe hitting them or having a bad attitude, and when she brings out her phone, she tries to swat the phone out of her hands. Unfortunately, the footage of recording here does not include the swatting of hands, we only just see the aftermath, but here's what happens anyway.
Police, you have camera in here, you touch me. You don't
I didn't touch you.
You try to knock out my fucking phone.
Out of my
you try to knock out my phone, you're gonna be in social media. Miss Jennifer that thinks she's above district manager. Yep. There is people higher than you. I talk to district and other places. Robert. You don't try to snatch on my phone. Yeah, get Robert. That way you don't have a fucking job, Jennifer. Don't try to hit my phone off my fucking hand. You have no right. I talk to district manager in Fort Worth. They have someone higher than you. Protocol is to call someone higher than you.
Time to leave.
Yeah, time to leave. Call.
Please leave.
You try to, no, who are you?
Leave.
Are you the district? What is your name?
No, my name's Candace. Please
okay.
leave.
Get me a district manager.
You can, at the front of the store. Let's go.
What do you mean in front of the store? Get the police.
They're on their way.
Get the police. Yes, get the police. Nope,
Please go.
I'm not going.
Please go.
I am a customer here, paid customer.
You're a mess.
What do you fucking a mess?
You're a
mess. What do you say?
You're a mess.
Huh? Yeah.
You're a mess.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Who are you? What is your
I'm
title?
Asset Protection Manager.
Okay, come on. I need the police. Yep, I recorded. She tried to hit my phone out.
Why
do you have a problem?
Because you can't record it.
Yes, I can record. It's public.
No, it's
yep.
not public.
We will see. What is your name?
My name is Robert.
Robert, okay? Yep. You make sure you guys don't have a job. I tell you that.
So first things first, Walmart is a private business that's open to the public. By law, they withhold the right to refuse you if you're recording. They withhold the right to kick you out of their store if you are using your phone to record. They withhold the right to say, no, you can't record here. That is a major thing that I feel like a lot of people misunderstand because you're inside of a private building. Now, any form of government building, yep, that makes sense. That's completely legal to record inside of government buildings, depending on certain places, kind of deal. And also, if you are out on a public space and you can see into a private building, you can technically record via that too, but there might be some weird caveats to that. But either way, in this situation, Walmart withheld the right to kick you out of the store for recording in the situation. And the other employees are now trying to get you out of the store because at this point in time, all you're currently doing is you're yelling and screaming at one of their co-workers. They have no idea what's exactly happened at this point in time, but what they can gather is that the co-worker is cool, calm, collected mostly, and the customer is going off her nutter with her phone in hand recording. So logically speaking, the other workers are going to come in and try and get you to leave the store because to them, all you're doing is causing a nuisance. Now, whether the things you claimed happened prior to the recording happened or not is a different question. It might have happened, but this is not how you handle this whatsoever. If this so happened to happen, this is where you specifically keep calm, ask this other worker to leave you for a moment, and then go find the manager via another worker so you can talk to the manager and potentially tell them what happened. They might be able to go to the cameras and see what actually happened, yada yada yada. Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to take the effort to solve this problem for you anymore because of, well, what we see in the recording here, where you're just screaming at the worker, swearing like a madman, and so on and so forth. At that point, you've kind of pretty much shown that you don't actually care. You just want to go off at someone because they supposedly hit you. I don't know. It's a mess. I understand the employer probably did do something wrong, but this is so not how you handle things. Here we got a crazy Karen just harassing people at a drive-thru.
Come on. What's up? What's up? Right here. What's up? What's up? You want to keep running your mouth? You don't come to the window. I don't hear. Ain't none of y'all gonna do shit. They ain't gonna do shit.
She can't do that.
Cause I work third shift. Cause I work third shift. Not you, ma'am. Right?
That's right.
I'm about to call the police on you. I'm about to call the police on you because I am. Cause this is ridiculous. Bye. What's your name? What's up? What time you get on?
to the car.
That's crazy, D. She about to go to jail, D. Oh, she about to go to... Dude, she about to go to jail.
True arbiter of chaos over there, just causing random nonsense and true lawyer of not giving an absolute whatever. I want what she's having. I would like to just be that carefree and do stupid shit and then get myself in a lot of trouble. That'd be some fun. Not really, but... that was interesting. Here we got a guy who decides to record inside of his local Walmart and then has a bit of a kerfuffle with one of the employees.
You in public. I record. This lady trying to tell me I can't record.
Stop recording.
I can record if I want to, lady.
Don't record me.
Hey, don't touch my phone. Don't touch my personal property.
Get away from me.
Well, you came to me.
6 feet.
You came to me.
Get him away. Security, get this man.
You came to me. You can't push me out the store because I'm recording, lady. Keep your hands off my property.
Stop. He's recording.
Look, you getting recorded.
Yeah, he's recording.
This lady trying to tell me I can't record her. She need to learn a little more about the law.
You have to go. They want you to go. You have to go.
Okay, well, she can't tell me I can't record.
Can you please just go?
I ain't doing nothing wrong.
They don't like you.
It don't matter what they don't like.
They want you to go. But can you please just go?
This lady here is the one that's trying to get me kicked out.
Just go.
Yeah. Yeah, these people here trying, don't touch my property. Don't touch my property. I'm going, don't touch my property. Can't tell me I'm way back away from the incident that was happening, and she came to me and then told me to get out of her face. And then after she grabbed my phone.
Record whatever, just as long as you're not recording, people or...
No, that's, sir. If you're in public, you can be recorded.
Yeah, you can record it.
So it don't matter about recording people. I was recording the incident that was happening.
Oh, okay, that's totally different.
I wasn't recording I was recording the incident that was happening. That's it.
Okay, in other words, what they trying to say, you recording something like a sex offender,
I say this before, but I feel like a lot of people don't understand that inside a Walmart is not a public place. It's a private business that is open to the public. Beyond that, they have the right, they withhold the right to stop you from recording inside of their business, to kick you out for recording inside of their business, and various other things along those lines. Technically, they can make rules that say, no, you can't record here, and that's that. Like, that's how it is. Because it's technically not a public place. It's a private business that's open for public use. It's not a government building. It's not anything along those lines. It's not outside and is visible to it's visible from a public place. No, it's inside of a private business. That's as simple as that. Granted, the employee here did something really ridiculously stupid by trying to knock the phone out of the guy's hand. That was a really, really poor choice, to be completely honest. Like, keep your hand in front of the camera, but don't knock it out of their hands. Like, or walk away, get security involved. Like, just move away from the situation. Don't get closer, and don't knock the phone out of someone's hand. That's just stupid. Don't be stupid. Here we have a guy trying to get to access to the public shoreline by going through someone else's property, and this interesting confrontation happens.
I'd be happy to.
This is your property that says public shoreline right there?
This is all my property.
So where's the public access?
Take it up with the town.
What's that sign say? The sign says there's public access, dude.
Get off my property. Get off my property.
Let the cops come and tell me what's going on. You're lying to me, bro. It says shoreline public access right there. On a sign.
You're lucky I'm not going.
You're not going to what?
Get off my property. Now.
Call the cops. I'm going to tell them I was looking for the public shoreline access that's on that sign right there.
Go ahead. Be my guest.
Go ahead,
Why
then.
don't you call the town council? Get off my property. You have
call the
10 feet
cops.
of access there.
Call
That's
the
it.
cops.
You see where the
I was confused where the sign shows me where's my access.
Property's there. Get off it. There's access down there. There's more property down at the other end. There's another sign that's down here. And
I'm sorry, because that sign's misleading because it says shoreline public access.
The access, it's for viewing. It's
For
always
viewing?
been for viewing.
What does
You've never had
access mean? To view it?
Yes.
No, it means to access it, dude.
Don't call me dude.
Dude. Off.
Get
What are you
off
going to do
my
about it?
property.
What are you going to do about it? Nothing.
Get outta
Call the
here.
cops, bro. It says shoreline public access. What do those words mean? Look at the shoreline? The police can come and explain it to me. I don't understand. They're not going to can arrest me for it.
Yeah, they
so-
will for trespassing after
Really?
I told you to get off.
Even after I said I don't understand that sign.
And I explained it to you.
I don't even know who you are.
I'm the landowner.
That's what you're saying. How do I that? It says public access right there, dude. You could just be some rich dickhead who wants to me.
I am a rich dickhead,
Yes, you
and
are.
I am
Yes, you are.
get off
I
my
know.
fucking property, jackass.
This is gonna be so funny. It's gonna be on the internet. You're gonna look like such a douche. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's on video, bro. Go ahead. Go
Get
ahead.
off my property
Go
and
ahead.
trespassing.
Go ahead. Go right ahead. Wow, this is cool. I'm getting this all on tape. Call the cops, dude. What are you gonna? You're gonna fight me? You're gonna physically remove me from your property?
Oh, I would.
I know. I can tell
would
you
love
want to. I can tell you want to.
You absolutely would.
Yeah, this is great. This is so cool that I like caught you saying all this stuff on camera.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It is.
You're a real.
It is for me. You're an
What's your
asshole,
name?
dude.
What's your name?
I don't care. I'm not
Come on,
telling you
tell
my
me
name.
what your name
Why?
is. Because I'm asking you. You're on my property.
give
You're
a shit.
trespassing,
I don't
and
give
I've
a
asked
fuck,
you
dude.
nicely so many times, and now you're cursing at me. So please get off my property.
I'm trying to figure out where the public access is that's
10
on that
feet-
sign.
10 feet over there is public access.
Really?
Right down. If you can get down through those things.
That's what's weird about it, because it says public access, but I can't get down there, so I
That's
was
right.
looking for the public access.
Then call the town.
I'm not going to call
Call
town.
Sean. He's the town council president.
Okay, I better get on the phone and call Sean.
No, you better just get off my property is what I'm asking you to. I don't want to see you taking pictures and walking around here.
Well, too bad.
What do you mean too bad?
Too
You're
bad.
trespassing on my property.
Dude, go sit back on your porch. What do you so
Get
so-
off my land. That's what I'm asking you. Nicely. If it's recorded, tell the jackass to get off property. He should respect private property. It even says a sign, private property. Why don't you film that one right there?
I already filmed it, dude.
Good. Now get out of here. Oh, you're a real piece of work.
What?
You're a real
You're gonna
piece
be
of
hearing
work.
about this. It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Great. Now get off my property.
Or what? How do I know this is your property? It says shoreline public access. There's a sign right there that says shoreline public access. When the police show up, I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I was looking, this sign says shoreline public access. They're going to arrest me for that?
After I've asked you 5 times to get off the
I
property.
don't know that you're the
yes.
property owner.
I'm telling you I am.
But I
That's all
don't know
you need
that.
to
How do I know that? This says public access, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, 146 Esplanade. Could you send a cop over here, please? There's a guy trespassing on my property and he won't leave. He's taking videos and he's being very obnoxious and using swear words. He'll be here.
Cool. I'll be here.
Yeah, stand over on
I will.
private property.
I will.
So, what seems to be happening here is that the actual route down to the shoreline that's for public access is apparently overgrown, meaning you can't actually use the public access to get down there. And so this guy thought it'd be the brightest idea was to move over someone else's lawn, which isn't fenced off, and I can see why some people might not assume too much about that because it's not a fenced off yard, it's just one massive open grassy area with a few chairs and tables and bits and pieces like that. But at the same time, once the guy who supposedly owned this place comes out and say, hey, could you get off my property, you're trespassing, blah 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 blah, it's probably just better to move on with your day because clearly the actual public access route is completely overgrown, meaning you can't actually use it, so you should probably start annoying the city council about it to get that fixed, not annoying an old guy who's trying to enjoy his retirement. I don't know, it's interesting. Prior to this recording, apparently this worker decided to quote-unquote say if I wasn't in my work uniform I'd bash you type deal, and the guy decided to start recording and try and probe the guy to say it again. Here's what happens next.
Did you do something or what? If you didn't have the apron on, would you do something? Did you just threaten me? Huh? You just said if I didn't have this apron on, what would you do?
That's not what I said.
Huh? No, you're lying.
Dude, back up.
You just said if I didn't have this apron on,
Dude.
I'd kick your ass.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
What'd you say then? Huh?
You need to stop, dude.
What did you say?
You need to chill. You need to back up.
You're the one that threatened me.
You need to go.
For what? You threatened me.
Dude, I got this guy. He's just trying to fight me.
I ain't trying to fight you.
Someone needs to be over here, like ASAP.
That's bull. That was complete shit. You just said I'm trying to fight you?
Dude, you need to chill, bro.
I ain't doing nothing. What am I doing? I ain't doing nothing. You just said I tried to fight you. You just lied to your supervisor and said I tried to fight you.
Coming behind the counter?
I didn't try to fight you. First of all, this dude's lying. He just told you I'm trying to fight him. I ain't trying to fight him. He's the one that threatened me.
What's going on?
He goes, if I didn't have this apron on, boy, I'd... You know what I mean? All I'm trying to do is return this because the string broke. He's smirking at me, laughing at me, like I don't have right to return it. The string busted off of it. How am I going to use it? I was here 20 minutes ago. Okay. And then he goes, if I didn't have this apron on, and then he calls and tells you I'm trying to fight him? I don't appreciate that, man.
I'll look into that. You want to put that away from me, please?
No. I just want you could return this, put it back on my card. That's all I tried to ask him to do. And he wants to smirk at me, laugh at me, and grin at me like it's some kind of game. This dude tried to escalate this and say, if I didn't have this apron on, boy, I'd kick your ass.
I did not say that.
What'd you say then? What did you say?
I'm sorry, buddy, but you behind the camera there, you're only ever gonna really look like the instigator of this instance because, yes, he may have actually said that prior to recording, but you turning on the camera to now start recording and then continuously probe him to try and get him to repeat those words or try and get him to confirm that he said that is just silly. It's never gonna work and it's only gonna come off of making you look slightly bad, especially when the guy gets his manager involved, because now it's a case of do you believe your worker or do you believe the customer who's currently just going off his nutter recording everyone for some weird reason. Like what would you be more willing to believe? Would you believe the worker who seems cool, calm and collected, or the customer who's got their phone as recording currently and is going off his nutter? If you were just more calm and stable, it's like, okay, bring your manager out here, and you tell the manager what happens in an actual calm state, then he may have actually believed you to a degree. Otherwise, this is just stupid. You're just now trying to antagonize him to get him to repeat those words on camera so you can use it against him. It really is that simple. Here we have an old guy who reversed accidentally back into someone else's car, and when it turns out that he's actually done some form of damage to that person's car, he tries to get the person to give them $300 because they can't afford to deal with another crash in their record.
How are you trying to bribe me for money though?
I'm saying I'm not trying to bribe you, I just don't want to take advantage of anybody.
But you're saying you're gonna lie and say that I hit you, but you backed into me?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Because I can't afford to have another accident on my record.
But you say you're gonna lie on me?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Because I can't afford to not lie. I can't afford to not say that you hit me.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm not gonna, okay.
So you decide if you want to go to the bank, if you want to call the police and I'll lie. That's your option. $300.
Okay. I'm okay with the 300. I'm gonna call the police.
Okay, you're old man, so in my understanding, you're at that age where maybe it's not the greatest idea for you to continue driving, especially if in this video you state you can't afford to deal with another crash on your record. Then why are you not being like 10 times more careful and more aware of your surroundings so you don't get yourself in an accident that you're clearly at fault in? Like, why do you keep going on? Like, genuinely, it's a question. If you can't afford to be at fault in a crash anymore, then why aren't you 10 times more careful so you don't do something as simple as reversing into someone else's car? It's not that hard, man. It really isn't. And also, to the woman driving a car, I hope that you had a dash cam to prove that, yeah, he reversed into you. Like, yeah, he's probably now going to try and lie and get out of this situation as much as he can. I hope you won. I hope that his lying didn't work and he now has to deal with the consequences of his actions. But this is why I'm always going to state, have a dash cam. Literally. Save you in cases like this. You've got evidence that proves, yep, he reversed into me. It doesn't matter how much he lies and tries to pretend that he didn't do that. You've literally got video evidence. Granted, in this case, you've also recorded him telling you that he's going to make up a lie so he doesn't have to deal with the consequences of his actions, but, you know, it's just good to have the backup, you know? This guy casually catches a group of Karens stealing from a store.
Say hi to the camera! Look at this shit. What the f is this? Handicap parking. Let's get the license plate down. What's your name, ma'am? What's your name? Dang, crazy.
If these people have any ounce of wisdom at all, that would be a stolen car. Especially considering there's a lot of damage at the front end. It'd be surprising if it wasn't a stolen car. But then again, some people just aren't that smart and actually use their vehicle when they're stealing from places. So yeah, it could be that. Also, I did say this a little while back, but be careful when confronting people like this. You never know if they may pull out a weapon and be willing to use it. So yeah, good on him for recording it, but at the same time, be careful. Here we go to Kevin having a fun day inside of a property management shop.
Is she salaried or is she hourly?
I mean, that is none of your business.
Well, the simple fact is a manager's a manager.
It is a manager, and I mean,
we'll redress this a different way. This is a property management company that's headquartered somewhere else.
and I'm the assistant manager, and you're more than welcome to sit here and talk to me. And I mean, as soon as my property manager is back on site, she is going to be more than willing to give you a phone call.
So the Evergreen Real Estate is a larger company that's headquartered somewhere else, correct?
In Nashville.
Fantastic. Let me get that number.
Okay.
It's on their website. I couldn't care less, sir. Thank you for your input.
I'm going to actually have to look it up for you because
Fantastic. Thank you. I appreciate it.
On site.
You probably would have saved yourself a lot of time if you just went to the website yourself and found it via there. Maybe, I don't know. Some people are just wacky, they just want to have the number given to them by the actual workers themselves. The majority of the information that a lot of people are chasing, like corporate phone numbers and stuff like that, is just available online at a Google search away, usually. It's not that hard to get them, so you don't need to annoy the employees about them, because it's less likely the employee has an easy way to access them outside of just Google searching it either, so you'll probably just save yourself a lot of time if you just Google search it yourself, but to each their own. Here we have a Kevin inside of a fast food restaurant going a bit bananas and going off at the workers for some bizarre reason.
That was an embarrassing situation and you made me spell it out. You're rude. Oh, she heard me. Everyone heard me.
If I heard you the first time,
Everyone hears me. Don't use the Lord's name in vain. That's a hate crime.
don't say God to my president, because you have no God. Can I speak to the manager, please? Can I speak to the manager, please?
I'm having a customer here.
Yeah, I'm going to talk to the manager.
Okay, then you come to me. Can you sit down and then all the manager after I said
Yeah. Okay. You asked me a question, I responded, and then you told me I can't come back? Honey, you've been in this country, what, 5 years? I was born here.
I'm rubbing my head a little bit after that one. Using the god names in vain is a hate crime. How ridiculous does that sound? And now I just want to clarify some things. I do understand, I've grown to understand that, yep, using goddamn or things along those lines, a lot of people, it's just a bit, Christians don't like it that much, and I've just said, you know, fair enough, I will just choose to try not to use that as much as I used to, as you may or may not have noticed. But saying using the god's name in vain is a hate crime is actually hilarious. I doubt there'd be anyone who watches these videos who would even agree with that statement, and it's just funny. Then also, like, the additional thing, it's like, oh, what, you've only been here, like, what, 5 years? I was born in this country, honey. It's just like, really? Was that necessary? Are we really going to potentially go down a racist route because they don't look white? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure of the person's race in general, but I'm assuming this was most likely an edge at what they look like, at what race they may or may not be, but it's still stupid to say the least. Hey, it looks like that we got a Karen who thinks she's the fashion police against these teenagers. Let's see what happens.
Next time we'll whisper. Nobody was talking to you, and you're just butting in on our conversation like that. It's not a conversation. You literally
yes, it is.
Everybody around you.
Everybody.
Everybody's standing here.
Who?
Is everyone as weird enough as
You're literally the one who
you don't want men to look at you? Don't dress like a.
Or did you really just say that right now? You're literally calling her a because she's wearing a crop top.
I see you're recording it. Fine, go.
So you're saying basically what she dropped. Okay.
That is not what I said, and do not twist my words.
She's going on.
Are we really in a fight with the grown, like 30-year-old woman?
Girl talking about me that I'm a because I'm wearing a crop top. It's 2020 and I'm being called a because this girl and some boy. She looks like a zookeeper. A zookeeper is telling me that I look like a.
That's that zookeeper comment really caught me off guard. If I was like taking a drink whilst I was watching that clip, I probably would have spat it everywhere because it just caught me way off guard. And also, well, she's wearing a crop top. She's got jeans that are slightly ripped. Well, actually, not slightly, very heavily ripped. But like, this even isn't. It's not even that bad, man. It's not that skimpy. Oh no, she's got like. Her crop top seems to cover up more of her cleavage than the person next to her, which is just wearing a singlet that shows off her cleavage like 10 times more. But she's more concerned about the person wearing a crop top than the friend right next to there that's showing off of way more. Like, the double standards here is absolutely amazing. Just because it's like, oh, you can see my stomach and belly button, but hey, it's actually covering my top end a little better than my friend over here. But no, you're gonna care more about my crop top than my friend's singlet over there. Yeah, sure. I love people who try to be fashion police and say, oh, you can't be wearing clothes like that. It makes you look like a whore. That's just not right, man. Let people wear what they want as long as it's actually appropriate. As long as it's not them being butt naked in public. Here we have a screaming match between the local Karens. It's fun watching Karens meet another Karen because it always ends up turning into a fight for sheer dominance on who's actually the bigger Karen out of the pair, even though whenever anyone else looks at them they just see two idiots screaming at each other in a parking lot. But that's besides the point. These Karens know what they're in for. They know they're in for the biggest fight of their lives. Who is the stronger and more powerful Karen out of the pair? I couldn't take it seriously. Here we have yet another Karen who's left her dog out in the car with the car closed up, and she gets confronted by someone else who saw it and tried to call the cops and opened up her door and so on and so forth.
Is that you guys?
Yeah.
You know that's like really dangerous to do to a dog.
Did you open our car?
No, someone else did, but I put water in there because the dog wasn't even like panting, and someone else wanted to call the police because you guys have been gone like 25 minutes, and it's like 90 degrees outside.
She's in the shade.
I know, but it's
So
hot.
it's not the shade, it's the hot, it's the heat.
You have,
The
like,
dogs
very
that size
little,
will,
like, hair going
it's
in
like
and
3
out
to
of
5 times the
Okay,
heat.
you know, it's really weird to like just come and attack me. Like, just be chill, you guys. Like, this is my dog, and I've had her for 8 years. I take really good care of my dog, and like, I'm so, like, we were coming back to check on her, you know. And
Well,
get her
So
out.
you take really good care of your dog?
Pointed it out, and they're the ones who opened your car, and they called the police. I don't know why they're not here yet.
Police about that? Like, that's
Your dog probably would have died if
Okay.
you didn't,
Are you
someone didn't open
really?
it. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Sorry,
really hot
Peter.
outside.
We need to get her shaved. We're from Oregon, obviously. Like,
I don't think shaving will save your
You're
dog.
allowed
in
to
the
take
heat
your
like
dog
that.
everywhere around here, so you don't even need to leave her in the car.
okay.
Don't leave your dogs locked up inside of your cars, people. It's really that simple. You just put them on the leash outside the car. Just do something, not leaving them in the actual car itself that's closed off. Because, you know, there's multiple different problems. I stated before, but A, dogs will sweat a lot more than humans because they've got fur coats that make it far more difficult for them to lose heat when it's hot. B, if they're in the car locked up and you haven't put any water out for them at that point in time, they have no access to water. And that's really, really bad. They can get dehydrated pretty easily considering how hot it can get and how much sweat it's just bad. Don't do it. The Karen behind the camera here decides to bring in some food from outside the store for their shopping trip for their kids to eat. And when an employee asks her, hey, is that from the shelf up there? Is that what that's from? At the end of her shopping trip, she goes all mad about it because she assumes that this guy's accusing her of stealing and has a very horrible attitude for it, attempting to get him fired.
You're asking me, did my daughter steal these Takis?
I asked if you took it out.
Why are you
no receipt for that?
You don't see any receipt for it? No, she did not take those. Now what? You have a nice day.
That's exactly what we have.
That's exactly what you have? Can you pay him for me?
I'm not saying she stole it.
No, you came up here and you accused me. I just let him know.
I didn't say it.
I just let him know that, hey, my daughter brought these Takis in. I don't know if you guys sell these, and you walked up. Did she take those from over there? Are you serious right now?
I am serious. It's just a question asked.
And I answered you no.
And you said...
I answered you no.
Next time use a receipt.
Next time use a receipt?
Yeah, before you bring it to the store.
I let them know what I was bringing in every time I walk in the store. Sir, I'm sorry to tell you, you just lost your job.
Yeah, I got it down.
You just lost your job. Did you give her the receipt, sir? Hold on. Can I get his name, please? May I have his name, please?
You talk to the manager, he's right here actually.
May I have his name? Yes, I'll talk to you. May I have his name?
2 packs of real fine blue 100.
I'm sorry.
He just accused my daughter of stealing,
Pull up your thing.
oh yeah, you could put these back too.
Well, that's how you're not putting this.
Where is it? Where's
under that bag?
He accused my daughter of stealing these Takis. Anytime we walk in the store and we have a drink or we bring in our snacks, I know I'm going to be in here for a while. I always say, hey, we brought these in. I can wait for you guys to go look at the footage if you like, but I need him fired now. If not, I am going to be pursuing other actions. He needs to be fired. He had an attitude. He stood right there and accused my daughter of stealing these. And I have it all on camera.
Okay.
He needs to be fired right now.
Well, I mean, it's something that I got to check in.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait, sir.
But I cannot find him right on the spot, man.
Okay, it's okay.
Check the video.
I got all the time. I got all day.
Okay, sorry for that.
I have all
so,
day.
can I have the back? What I'm going to do is just, how long ago did you came into the store?
I've been in the store for maybe an hour. I've been in here for a long time.
Do you feel good if we check the cameras and find out?
Yes, sir, please.
That's okay.
You can check the cameras. Yes, go ahead. I'm
You
so
feel
upset,
okay?
and I'm so sorry. I'm upset because
The
this
what-
hasn't happened to me. I see this all the time on television, but I have never seen this before. And I said I would not come back into Dollar General anymore because something just happened to me.
Did you say he was stealing or did you
How
say
he
for it?
approached me, yes, he kind of accused me of stealing. He said that from over there, and you should have saw his face. And I said, no. Are you sure? Are you sure? And that's when I'm like, oh no, let me pull out my camera. He accused my daughter of stealing those Takis.
So-
$1 bag of Takis.
I know, sometimes the kids doesn't steal, they just
He
get
has a
something
nasty
from the
attitude.
store.
Yes,
But I mean,
please.
I'm going to check the camera.
Please,
Did
thank
you say
you.
like an hour ago?
Maybe about an hour I've been in here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, but you're a bit of an entitled asshole. I'm just being completely honest. Like, just how you approach this entire situation just shows that you don't really care about this guy or anything along those lines. It's just like, yeah, I can understand it's not fun to be potentially accused of stealing, but he just asks like, hey, is that our Takis from the shelf over there? Is that what that's from? Like, like from the clip we see here, he's clearly cool, calm, collected, was just asking a simple question, and then once he realized it wasn't point continuing on, he just leaves. He closes the situation, tells you to have a nice day, and moves on. And then you go up to the manager saying that you want him to be fired now, otherwise you're going to take other forms of actions. Man, I'm sorry, but having someone fired, affecting their livelihood and potentially multiple other people's living because he may be looking after a daughter, he may be looking after a partner, maybe family, who knows, or because he made a mistake of just asking you, hey, is that from the store here, or did you bring them in? Like, it's just one of those things. You shouldn't really bring snacks in from outside the store into a store that also sells those snacks, because it's only going to cause problems, especially if you don't have a receipt proving that you brought these from elsewhere. It's just one of those things that's always going to cause issues. Like, I know in a lot of shopping centers here in Australia, a lot of the restaurants and all that, like any of the fast food places that sell bottled drinks, they will tend to have like letter markings on top of the bottles themselves to signify that, hey, this came from a fast food restaurant and does not come from any of the stores, as some form of nice little thing to let you know, hey, before you ask, like, hey, yep, nope, this is the little symbol here, it comes from a restaurant, don't worry about the drink I have, it's from elsewhere. I don't know, it's if I'm completely honest, I feel like the person behind the camera here is a straight up Karen. You may disagree with me, and that's fine. I just feel like the way she handled the situation was just downright horrible. Trying to get someone fired over a mistake like that? Man, really?